The weather, we've been talking about how warm it is today, and we just mentioned too, it's just going to get warmer and warmer. It's not just sharks that get affected by this. Our four-legged friends are as well. Skin infections can become much more common in dogs and cats, and we want to talk about this a little bit more with our veterinarian, Dr. Chris Lapsley from Village Animal Clinic in North Palm Beach. Thanks for joining us once again.
Thank you for having me.
This is important because this time of year, or as the months that are approaching that are so hot, we can see these skin infections and these skin problems. What can cause them?
So there's a lot of things that cause skin infections in dogs. One of the big things that we think about is allergies and allergic skin disease, which we're seeing more and more in our guys. Other things that we think about are constant moisture, or guys that are swimming all day, every day, and they're not getting out, they're not getting dried off really well. That moisture can cause this nice little haven for bacteria. And then there's a handful of other things. You get your bug bites and environmental stuff going on as well.
So what are the symptoms that something's starting to brew in their skin?
So there's a couple things that go on. One of the more common things that we see, especially with dogs, is scratching. Non-stop scratching. It'll keep you up at night, keeps him up at night. Focusing on their ears, their butt, and their feet is where we typically see these things.
And is it skin infections in all three locations usually, or a skin problem of some sort?
Typically, yeah. So in the vet world, we think about ears as being part of the skin system. So ear disease is skin disease. So ear infections are skin problems. Infections on the skin like this guy just had is skin problems, and around the butt as well. It's all kind of these superficial infections that these guys can get.
All right, let's talk. If you think they've got something like that, can you treat it at home first? Can you try something that's going to not hurt them if it's not the right treatment?
Sure, and always check with your vet before you do anything because they know your dog. But things like coconut oil can be really effective, and we're finding that we're sending that home a lot with guys. Coconut chips even to eat, and coconut oil that we can put on their skin. We're seeing some success with that.
Oh, that's really cool. So when do you need to go see a vet?
See a vet for things like this, the itching that keeps you up at night, that keeps your pup up at night. And this guy had a raging hot spot on his back that he got from a little bit of an allergy that was an oozing infected thing.
Oh, it was?
It was really angry, and we're healing up now. But thankfully I saw that and I was able to take him in and work on him. But this is what we see very commonly. It's like, hey doc, he smells. Something's weird on his skin, he's oozing. That's when we like to get you in.
So, okay, so something, the way it is now, maybe you can treat that at home. Egon, can you hold on a second? Egon,
so if it stayed like this is something that topicals can work really well on. But as it was just this oozy, nasty wound that was just, it smelled bad. It was not good for him. That's when we implement some medical management. Sometimes pills, sometimes injections, but we can usually clear these up really quickly.
That's good to know. All right, thank you so much. Egon, thanks for coming in. Don't jump up like that on your baby sister.
Oh, thank you.
Your two-legged baby sister, Jotted Holiday. Thanks, Chris.